Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and welcome to our football construction site as we build a team through the NFL Draft. You always hear others say that this particular draft is weak, or wait until next year to take this particular position, or the NFL draft is an inexact science, but we at Football Game Plan believe that all three of those statements are huge myths, and we're here to show you why as we go through 7 rounds of the NFL draft and pick players to make each NFL team better. But before we get started, let's take a look at the mock draft rules. You have to remember that the selections that you see in this mock draft will be based off of Football Game Plan Scouting player rankings, which you can find on our website at youtube.com/footballgameplan or footballgameplan.com/FBGP scouting. They're also based off what I would do as the general manager, not what I think they'll do, not what they have done or what they will do, but what I would do if I were the GM, and also what I believe are the team needs. So not what other people may think the team needs are. If I think they need a quarterback, then I'm gonna take a quarterback. That's how it's going to go for this mock draft. So it's time to put on my GM hat and let's get started in building up the NFL. I know they haven't selected a quarterback in the first round since Todd Blackledge, but this guy is definitely worth the wait. Patrick Mahomes is an elite quarterback prospect in this year's draft class, and if you're Kansas City, you have to pull the trigger if the Texas Tech gunslinger is sitting there on the clock. Mahomes will be able to carry this Chiefs offense once they decide to move on from Alex Smith. I like Chris Wormley out of Michigan. In my opinion, he has the versatility to serve multiple roles up front and would allow defensive coordinator Bob Sutton the opportunity to be even more creative on that side of the ball. The Chiefs need to start planning for life after Derrick Johnson, and grabbing Alabama's Ryan Anderson here would make a ton of sense. I believe Anderson's versatility is being undersold. He can play inside or outside backer and is more than capable and comfortable dropping back in zone coverage. Deion Dawkins out of Temple adds some athleticism to that offensive line. He was a standout left tackle for the Owls, but was also able to excel all week long at the Senior Bowl playing left guard. I think he will be a solid addition up front. Rasul Douglas of West Virginia put together a remarkable season for the Mountaineers, being one of the nation's leaders in interceptions. The 6'2" corner is much better in off coverage, in my opinion, where he can read and react to the football and also still has a lot of upside left in his game. Krishawn Hogan out of Marion was an outstanding playmaker for the Knights throughout the course of his college career. Hogan, in my opinion, is best as a flanker, but shows enough savvy to handle duties inside as a slot receiver. He's a big physical wideout that has good run after the catch skills. Keep an eye on Cam Keiser out of Portland State. He played both guard and center for the Vikings and excelled at both. In my opinion, he's an outstanding center prospect with the athleticism to get out and around on pulls and traps. He's also a guy that gets a ton of movement up front. Doubling down on inside linebacker prospects with Villanova's Austin Calitro. Calitro played defensive end, outside linebacker, and inside backer for the Wildcats and has outstanding football IQ. I also believe he would star on special teams initially while he earns his keep in that regular defense. Garrick Dieter has been a criminally underrated receiver this year. Many people forget how much of a threat and playmaker he was at Bowling Green before he transferred to Alabama, and he has the skills to play any one of the 3 receiver spots in my opinion. I also believe he would be an excellent red zone threat as well. And finally, continuing to build depth along that offensive line with Zach Johnson of North Dakota State, who was having a great week at the East-West Shrine game before he went down with a knee injury. So he'll have time to get healthy, and in 2018, the Chiefs would have themselves a really good prospect that'll provide good depth at both guard and tackle. So that's a wrap for this edition of Building Through the Draft. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. And if you want to watch our other NFL team 7-round mock drafts, and you already should, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan, where you can catch all of our FBGP scouting prospect ranking videos. Also, subscribe to Football Game Plan podcast on iTunes.